Here we are back with part 23 of Charizard by LEGO Pokemon. This is set number 72153. Contains 6,838 pieces. Retails for $649.99, and set was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO. And yeah, well, it's starting to look like something, isn't it? And we're still at a 6.5 on this set, so that's not too bad. You know, basically just due to build quality and its size. Overall, though, it's still an enjoyable build. I'm enjoying putting this one together, but we're getting close to the end here. Now, I got 5 more bags left, so in this installment, we're going to focus on the lower limbs and possibly the tail. So I already got bags 61, 62, 63 here keyed up. And yeah, there's 61 bags in total. Now, I'm hoping to get this thing done today so I can start focusing on something new. Right now I just want to get this one going here. And yeah, so we're just going to cover 3 bags in this installment. And I think these are going to be mirrored. So I'm just going to mirror them if need be. If they're in their individual bags, I'm not going to do that. But we shall see. But before we begin, these videos are not to be considered construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes. So we're just kind of just building this set and see where it takes us here. In addition, all the wording, stories, all that stuff is mine and mine alone. This set was provided by the LEGO Group, but the commentary is of my own work, so they don't pay me to say anything. And in addition, this is not my job. This is just something I do for fun. And finally, please, 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 please respect my copyrights on these. Do not re-upload these. These are just mine and mine alone to share with you. They will be here. But please, unless you get written permission from me, don't re-upload them anywhere. I have to start saying it now. You notice my disclaimers are just getting so lengthy. They're just getting long. I don't know why. I'm getting a little winded just talking about them. Well, let's go on 61. We got the light at the end of the tunnel. We only got 5 bags left. I mean, I should be able to survive this, huh? All right. And yeah, so we're automatically going to start with a sub-step. And yeah, am I going to miss this set? I'm going to be honest with you, probably not. But I'm going to enjoy looking at it. At least I'm preserving the builds on YouTube, so you could watch them later on. And yeah, I am going to be working on a new card that I'm going to put in so I don't have to say the disclaimers every episode, because that does get kind of annoying. You know, trying to remember what I'm supposed to say and stuff. So, and if I ever have to upgrade them, I'll just upgrade the card. Basically, I'm going to read it to you and show it on the screen, you know, so there'd be no excuses. Well, we're going to have to make a joint here. Now, what I'm going to do is take a look here real quick and see if it's just one in each bag. And yeah, we're building the I think this is its left leg and foot. Don't know yet. Let's just dive right on in. Building these type of sets, they do get a little exhausting after a while. I mean, I kid you not, building big stuff after a while, I kind of just... I tend to get bored real easily. And something like this can get a bit exhausting after a while. Yeah, so I'm also hiding from drama. so I'm kind of back here at all. And today is 3rd of... I forgot what day it is. June 2026. Well, at least I survived May, and we're starting into June. Just kind of just tinkering around with things, getting stuff done, and snotting it up. I'm hoping these installments go quick. I know one of you mentioned about, you know, seems like the base takes almost as long as the builds. Yeah, they do, but you know, we're done with the base now. It's sitting on the arm wall across the room collecting dust. So, yeah, it's there. At least I'm getting things done. But the one thing I want to do is, haven't done any more tutorials from the last installment. I did some a day or two ago, and then now I'm actually getting on to generating some new ideas for you guys and gals to build and explore. I really don't see these in this color that often. I just got done proofing and doing a write-up for a build-along. I should just call these build-alongs. That's what they are. Now that's a dream part right there. I just need them in a different color, but like that, I think. Come on, focus. So if I sound like I'm not in a good mood, yeah, I've been kind of dealing with some issues here and just trying to stay away. Anyways, girlfriend and I are kind of been talking about getting away from all this stuff and kind of doing something fun for the summer. And or sometimes I'll hear the you're burning all your vacations for the holidays. I mean, why the holidays? We sit at home. Why do I want to do that again? So I'm just thinking of some other stuff here to do. Oh, whoa. What am I doing? This tile's supposed to go here. What am I doing? I don't know. Hey, at least here I get to show the mistakes and show you what not to do. So yeah, I got a bunch of tutorials and stuff. And yeah. Okay, now we're moving on to another subsection here. But speaking of tutorials, like I said, I forgot to do one for my paid members last week just because I had a bunch of other stuff. I can't guarantee every week. Once I get done with this whole ordeal that I'm into right now, I'll explain why. Never know who's watching. And once I get that chore done, it makes some really good commentary. Matter of fact, I should take notes. But more or less, though, it's been tying me up. It's like somebody really took away my free time that I have very little of. And alright, so this thing looks like it's facing outwards. How I know that, if I can get it in there right, you can barely see the bump sticking out right there. So you had to really look close, because I know I would have messed that up. This one here goes in easily there, so that's how you're supposed to look. But at least one thing, though, I can share my experiences with you guys, especially for, you know, I know some of you said that this set's just out of your league, it's just too expensive. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree there. I notice a lot of Lego sets have been getting pretty pricey, especially here in the States. And it's not a whole lot we can do about it, but we need to marry these together like that. Okay. And I'm just thinking of some new places to go to this summer. I was thinking about the Winchester Mystery House. Some have asked me to build that one in Lego. That's going to be a tough one, but that would be kind of fun to re-go through those tours. I remember the last time I went through the Winchester Mystery House when I was a teenager. That was a million years ago. And I'll see if my girlfriend wants to do that. Those places are always fun, like ghost towns and stuff. They're just fun to just kind of go through and just see what life was like. You know, like, or, you know, if you're out here and I can't remember where it was. I think it's close to San Francisco. The Hearst Castle. You've been through the tours on there. That's that's something to take the family on too. The Hearst Castle. So if you're looking for something just to kind of poke around with the family, with the kids, that's another one. Just make sure that they don't touch anything, because they do frown upon that. I'm missing an orange plate, but I have this one. Did I put something in the wrong place here? Yeah, I'm kind of... Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I have to dig that piece out there. Can I get that out without destroying the whole thing? Or should I say forget it? Can I separate those? All right. Hey, now, if I make a mistake... Oh, this thing's crumbling like a crumb cake. And I make a mistake, there's a brick separator. I don't penalize LEGO for that, because there is a tool provided. If I choose not to use it, that's on me. Now I don't know how this went back together, so I got to start back with step number 1. Hey, at least here I don't sugarcoat it. I don't hide my mistakes like some other guys do. I show you what I've done wrong. And that's how we're doing it here. So it goes like that. I'm just making sure. You know, I made a mess, and I got to go put it. I got to fix it now. I'm thinking that's where that went. So I'm putting everything back the way it was. But I've had some of you said thanks for showing the mistakes and not hiding them. You're welcome. I don't see the need to hide mistakes in my videos, because I'm only human too, right? There we go. Put it back the way it was. It wasn't terribly bad, but just didn't want to... I didn't want to take that apart, but I had no choice. But I am going to make sure I did that right, because how many times do I want to do it? Just once. Yeah, I haven't been really watching any anime. I've been watching The Devil is a Part-Timer, but I haven't been watching a whole lot of anything else. And just because I've been very busy with dealing with stuff, drama, all that stuff, so I really haven't had any free time to really get into anything new. Because every time I will start something, I have to stop and do something else. That's the price of being an adult. You don't get the free time. You know, I think Lego's going to make these over the old ones. Which ones do I prefer? Those are more slimlined. But yeah, I need to get some more of those newer ones. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other places to go throughout the summer. My mom's happy if I give her a TV to watch, so places where we're going, I don't want to watch TV. So we're trying to find a place that doesn't have anything like that. Okay, looks like that's done. Now the real test is, did I make a mistake? It's got to go there. Making sure I put it on there right. Okay, should go right in that ball joint, right in there. There we go. Well, yeah, it didn't fall apart, so yeah. I'm not sure if there's anything supposed to go in there. I think there was. Because even in the book it shows it's empty in the back. Yeah. Okay, now it looks like we're making, that's the upper leg, thigh thing. We're going to be focusing now on the paw. Yeah, I'm kind of getting exhausted. I'm working on this set, so I really want to get into something new. You know, Jay, why don't you review all these other sets first? You know, I don't want to be doing like 20 Lego sets. That would not be fun. You know, I always get, why don't you just do all these sets at once? Because I can't. I have a friend of mine, you know, you can get that done in a day. Yeah, if I didn't work and anything else, I could. Well, can't you take time off? I'm thinking, not for Lego, I won't. Unless Lego is paying me, but I won't take time off because this is just a hobby. Okay, we need a jumper plate here. Here's another place that you could take the kids if you're in I think it's in Arizona. The Mighty Hoover Dam. I think it's west of Lake Mead. That's something that the kids, they usually have guided tours. That sounds like fun. I mentioned that to my bunch a while ago. We were in that area. None of them wanted to go on the tour. I did. But I was going to go on the tour alone. Just be one of those guys just to kind of film it, just to have some stories. And then, well, you don't want to do that. You know, that costs money. And then I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and just do it. It's just, you know, just whatever, you know, just something to do. Well, we're all going to go out. We'll come back and get you later. I thought, oh, never mind. And I just said, nope. So, that's one thing bad. It's like, oh, I got an idea. Let's do something. This sounds fun, you know. Next thing you know, you get the frowny faces. You're like, oh, okay, I get the hint. I take it. What you're saying. All right, it looks like that's the bottom of the foot. Well, even the bottom of the feet have got texture to it too, and I bet that's how that's gonna go. And I bet those tiles are gonna go on the top. Yeah, I'm really hoping to get this one done here today. Get it done, reviewed. I will be doing the works on this. I will be doing a close-up shot and all that stuff. There's no way I'm going to pick these things up. I'm not going to separate them. I'm going to put it all on a turntable, review it as a whole, and that's it. I'm not even going to take the creatures off or nothing. I will mention in the video that that's a bad thing. Don't do it because you may break something here. Because every piece I put on here is one piece that falls off that I have to track down, and that's not fun. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 61 is one lone stud. Oh, but no, I made a mistake. We don't have any pieces. Never mind. Because that goes there. Now, each bag roughly takes about 20 minutes. And that takes care of that. No pieces remaining. Now we got to put that onto that there. Now, okay, well, it shows it sitting straight up, but you can see where that goes in there. Not too bad. Well, he won't be winning any rear end kicking contests because he's only got one leg. But yeah, I don't know how he's supposed to sit on that platform. Oh, wait a minute. Now I know what this hole's for. It's not for a finger puppet. It's for that big shaft so he sits on there. Well, that's got to be painful. That's where he poops out all the studs at. Well, that's what we have done so far. All right, now we're going to move on to bag 62, and it's basically a mirror of 61. Now, we have a little experience here. I'm just going to go on with this. The only time I will never do mirrors if they're in separate bags, because we probably would be still working on this, and I don't want to do that to you guys and gals, so we're just going to keep everything in bag numbered form. I think that's a little easier. So we don't need that right now. And it's pretty much the same thing, except now we're just building a mirror of it. You know, so that is what we're doing there. Let's see if we could do it under, let's see if we can do it in 10 minutes. Provided if I can find all the parts. Now, remember that last time I used that orange plate. This time I got to use this one, so no mistakes today. But, yeah, I got a lot of stuff to build this summer. I'm slowly going through it. So it's either the I was thinking about just doing, the next set I'm going to be doing will be a couple of small sets. Then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do the Disney, that big giant Disney set. I've been hearing some people trash talking that one, but I can't trash talk a set until I build it. I can't tell you how bad it is. I can't tell you how good it is because I haven't built it yet. Let's start sorting parts because this is where I'm wasting my time at. I'm looking for a tile and I keep thinking this is a tile. Okay, I found it. All right. And I don't trash sets until I build them because I don't know. Sometimes it's like those botanicals. I always thought those were kind of crummy. Like, who would want to waste their time building those? Well, since I got a sample of them, they're really good for any Lego builder. They really are. So it's not like I can say that they're really bad. Just like I can't say they're really good, but if you're interested in botanicals, I do recommend them, especially for the group build. They're always really good for that too. I mean, who doesn't like group building? I know some of you mentioned you don't like the group builds. I like them just because it's something different. You can share the build with a friend or a mate, significant other. Just something you could do in an afternoon, like this one here. This is a group build. Now, this one would not take you an afternoon. It's going to take you a little longer. But at least it's something. Yeah, that's how that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like that. Okay. Sometimes those bowels can be really hard to press down, so you gotta really kind of persuade them. I'll see it's going fast now because we have experience. Now I gotta go do a sub-step here. I'm looking for a 2x3. Oh, there it is. So, like, my goal in these type of videos also is to show you different ways to sort parts. Sometimes you see me just jump in the pile. Sometimes you'll see me pre-sort. You know, and it just depends on how you want to build your set. You know, like I said, I'm not like your other guys on here. You build it the way that works for you. I cannot emphasize that enough. And you know, I always say, you know, build it what feels comfortable to you. Some people want to build one bag a day. Great, it takes you 2 months to build the whole set. You know, you're savoring the build. There's some out there I know personally. They will breeze through this stuff like they'll sit here for hours building one set. I can't. Like when I get done with this, I gotta stop. I don't stop in the middle of build installments because I'm not coming back unless it's an emergency. But I'd like right now I want to spend an hour. After that I go kind of nuts. I got to get up and do something else. I'll come back to it a few hours later and then continue on. But I don't want to do that between bags because you know, that's just being a little too aggressive there. Let's make sure, yeah, that's how that's supposed to be. I'm a little zoomed in here. I'm a little zoomed in. All right. Ready to start pulling these out here. I'm looking for that thing. Okay. And then after that, that's it for that step. Now we're on 391. These things, sometimes I'll get confused which way they're supposed to go, and you really have to muscle these down in there. I'm looking for a regular bowl. Did I not lose it? Not in my hands. Okay, so I did this. Where's the piece that goes here now? I have that weird thing. That's why I'm sorting all the parts out. There's the regular ones. Is the book hiding it? There's that thing hiding it. Oh, I hope I'm not missing that. That'd be really kind of a bummer, huh? Am I just not looking hard enough? Let me check the bags again, because if I'm missing that, I do not have that part in that color. Always check your bags. There's nothing in the bags. So that's why I leave the bags on the floor. Let me really make sure here. Did I put that in some place that I shouldn't have? I did. Wait a minute, let me make sure here. It shows it right. Yeah, I put that in the wrong place. So yeah, I always, you know me. I got to make a mistake in here to keep you on your keep you on your toes. It's like, where did it go? Here, I was about to point fingers, but now I caught myself. So there we go. All right, and then that looks like we're working on this side here. At least I didn't mess up on that piece. Okay. Yeah. Well, did I do something wrong? Oh, because I'm putting it in the wrong place. Wow, okay. Well, I really need to wake up, don't I? It could be worse. I could script all these. That would be no fun. Oops, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm way up here. Let me bring this up here. I don't know what. I need to tighten the fastening nut on that. I don't need to have anything break off. Camera's a little loose. Alright, and then we put this on here like that. And hold up. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go check on something. Anyways, where did I leave off? The skin. Alright, let's start putting the skin on here. I'm going to do steps 394 and 395 together. There's nothing buried in there. Just plop in your parts and call it a day. Plop them in there. Just set them in there and move on. See, this one's going a little faster because we've done it before. And then after that, that goes on to the big thing. That was not too bad, huh? We survived that. That goes there. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold it on the front and back like this. I don't want to put my weight on there. I want to just kind of snap that inside the ball joint. You can see right there. Here we go. Whew. Survived that. That was kind of a risk. I didn't want to break something there. Okay, now we're doing the right paw. His right, not our right. I can't wait. Wait till we get to... I may have to bring out a birthday cake or something. A cupcake or something. When we get to bag 65. I've been getting comments. So, Jay, when are you going to have this done? I'm like, I don't know, but we're getting there. I'm hoping by the end of this week I can get at least all these edited. I don't know if they'll be uploaded, but they'll be edited, you know, that kind of thing. I got tiles. I'm looking for a 1x2 plate. There it is. And then we got the holders. And yeah, that's supposed to be on the back. It doesn't really matter right now. Yeah. Need to find some places to go for summer though. I don't dare mention water parks even at my age. I really want to go to one. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never really officially been to a water park. I drove by them, but like I said, my family's not into any of that fun stuff. I may just sneak out and take a surfing expedition, go surfing, just find some places to surf, and that will be it. Just meals and lodging are pricey. The surfing stuff is free. I gotta drag the wetsuit out of the closet and really make sure that thing's still good. I really haven't. I used to surf every weekend until I got a big boy job, and then it kind of went down to every few weeks, and it went to a few months, maybe once or twice a year, and now it's kind of like I'm putting this on there now because I'll forget it. And now I don't even do that at all because it's I just don't have free time anymore to do it. Alright, so now we got that done, and now we're going to put this one. The other one took about the same amount of time. You take out the intro and disclaimers, probably a few minutes less, but I don't know. Because after this, guess what we're going to be building? The tail. A tail to tail. Okay. Like that. I mean, there's a lot of detail in these too, and this is what we have remaining here for bag 60-something. 62. Ooh, I gotta be careful. I got too much stuff in here. I can't even find the bin of parts. What did I do with it? Well, I'd like to say a bad word, but put it over there. And now we got to marry these two things together. It's all the way across the room, but oh, I got to get up anyway. So now we got to pop that into there. Okay. Well, that takes care of that. But oh, he stands up. I was figuring with the weight in the back he'd fall over. I mean, there we go, huh? I mean, at least he stands up. He doesn't fall over. All right, and finally we have bag 63. And I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Rebrickable for contributions. It's always a big help, as well as my Rebrickable customers for purchasing building guides and downloading the free ones. It tells me you're interested in my work. And yeah, neighbor's car is going off again. It goes off about 2 or 3 times a day, which is kind of annoying. Yes, even in the mornings. And in addition to all that, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to subscribe in this channel if this is your kind of content. I always appreciate it. Turn on notifications, all that good stuff. So this is what we have here, same thing. And yeah, that is what we're going to be working on. I'm hoping I could fit this in 20 minutes, so I better get to step in here. Well, now we know that these exist in cool yellow. Because I know some of you said you watched these to see what kind of parts are in the set. Well, you're in the right place, because even I'm curious. That just tells me I will have to place an order for some parts. Get that in there for you. Okay, I'm going to set that thing down. I don't want the Charizard to take a topple and, you know. I was watching a news show, and, you know, there's 2 different ways you can say Lego. You can say Lego or Legos. Now, you're not supposed to say Legos. They kind of frown upon that, and we're talking about the Lego group. But the news shows they always call it Legos because that's what we were taught as kids. Legos, plural. This is one Lego brick. You know, but if you really want to get technical, just call it Lego bricks instead of, okay, I'm playing with my Lego bricks versus Legos with an S. Probably made some people cringe over that, but hey, you know. All right, that goes there. But the correct term is Lego. I'm playing with my Lego. I'm playing with my truck. I'm playing with my car. You know, that kind of thing. I'm playing with my Lego. bricks. Looking for upwards ones. That's what we need there. We got 2 of them. And we got that, and boy, got a lot of stuff in here. Wow, we even got that too. We'll need that for something. Cool yellow I'm always after. So I may have to part you out, Charizard. I may need those parts. Okay. And after that, we put the other ones in there. We already separated those. Whoops. Yeah, I was watching somebody on YouTube the other day complaining about disc rot. You know how the DVDs are getting disc rot? You know, first things first, don't put your hands all over the disc. You know, I don't get that, but this guy was like, he wasn't talking. Obviously, you know, he might have other issues. He was taking it, here's the DVD, slams it on the table, this, that. He was just mishandling it, and I thought, first off, if I'm going to be angry, I'm going to talk about my feelings. I'm not going to slam it on the table and show people that, you know, I just don't get it. And 2, if you're complaining about disc rot, usually some of these places are replacing them now free because, you know, of that, because you already bought the rights to the movie or the media. I mean, no need to throw a fit over it. And there it is. I knew I was going to find it eventually. I've never seen that piece in that color before. But I was just sitting there watching this, and I thought, dude, seriously, you're manhandling your Blu-rays and your DVDs like that, and you're complaining they don't read in your machine? It's like, that's kind of a bad thing. Why are you doing that in the first place? I mean, like when I pick up my DVDs or CDs, I always pick them up from the hole or on the edges like a record, like an album. I'd never pick them up like just, oh, here, I'm just going to grab it with my hands and get my oily fingers all over it, because oils will break that stuff down after a while. I mean, I'm not saying you have to do it with latex gloves, but it's like, seriously, you know, I would never have done that, manhandle my stuff like that. And, you know, and it cracks me up. Oh, it's not reading. It's like, I'll even get like somebody telling me, oh, my DVD's player's not reading. It only reads certain disc. Okay, well, check to see if the DVD's dirty. Oh, it should be fine. It's just got my fingerprints all over it. And I'm just thinking, well, that might be a problem. Oh, you mean that would cause it to do that? I'm like, pretty much. You may want to stop putting your hands all over the disc. Oh, wait a minute, I made a mistake. And, you know, well, it's a DVD. It says you could put your hands on it and throw them around and stuff. I'm thinking, I wouldn't do that. Because media, physical media is expensive. It's not like a digital copy. I mean, of course, I've seen people do that with hard drives, like a mechanical hard drive. They'll slam it on the table and throw it around, and then they'll plug it in and going, oh, my data, it won't read my data anymore. I'm like, well, yeah, you mistreated it. Of course it's not going to work. You know? Can you fix this for me? I can. It's damaged. Well, can you retrieve the data from there? I'm like, I can. It's risky, and 2, I mean, I don't have a clean room for it, but if there's a speck of dust on those things, they're just not going to work. And 2, taking it to somebody else, they're going to charge you up the rear for it. So no, I can't do it. I've done it successfully one time at my house, taken the platter out of a physical hard drive, and yeah, that's not a. It's not really a do-it-yourself job. Okay. So basically, back to the set now. I'm going to say that it's not too bad. I got 18 minutes. Am I going to be able to fit this on one card? I doubt it. We're doing multiples maybe, but we are still working on one part of the tail. I think we got hit with a bunch of small parts in one bag. But at least I got that section there done. we've done so far. Not too bad. Okay. Now I think we're moving on to another section. Doesn't say it's multiples. Let's see if we can get through it here real quick. Jay, but you're building too fast. I know. I mean, I don't have unlimited space. I want to get onto another project eventually, but I don't want to hover around this one for too long. Of course, unless it's something very hard, I'll show it, but this is just trivial. Let's stack the bricks on top here. You know, type of thing, you know. Alrighty. Well, that's kind of close together. You know what? Let me look here. We got an orange one. You put that there. You put the plate on top. I guess they're supposed to be close like that. Now, some doesn't look right, but that's what they it's what they want. I don't know. Yeah, it is closer on the other side too. I guess it is okay. Okay, if I'm not sure, I always check. You know, I don't want to make mistakes and do it a million times. I'll put that there. I think every time I put a piece on, I should just sort apart here. And then we put the tile on there. Yeah, I might be running out of memory card space. Why isn't that going on there? Because that doesn't want to fit in there. But I can't wait to get this one done now. I'm going to be honest, I'm getting kind of exhausted at the end. I think it's just when these sets get this large, and I will make that noted in the thing. Okay, which way does that go now? Okay. This side sticks out. This one is the one you got to put in there. Okay. Well, you're going to have to muscle that in there. And there we go with that section. Well, at least we survived that part of the tail. But no, we got more. We got more tail to do. We got more tails to tail. I don't even have any more stories right now. Exciting stuff I have to wait for. No. We got more to do. Oh boy, this set's really just caking it in. What a surfer accent really starting to come out. Got to be careful. I want people to think I'm a surfer dude. Okay. And then after that, all right, yeah, so I didn't think these went together that close, but they do. It's like, well, what can you put together that close? Now I know what goes in there. We didn't know, now we know. We know now. You know, Lego, you had a bunch of 1x4s, but now we're using 1x2s. Sometimes I think Lego will say, well, we got a bunch of these. Let's inflate the price up a bit more by adding more smaller parts. You know, I don't understand it, but they do. Oh no, all the parts I gotta put on. Jay, you're going too fast. I'm sorry. I'm running out of space. I don't want to have to split the cards. If I had like 10 minutes left and I was done, I wouldn't care, but... Okay, we got that section done. Which side does it go on? It's a single one, not the double. Okay. Not too bad, huh? There we go. Got that out of the way. Okay, I got another section left in 12 minutes. Not a whole lot of parts here, but we'll see here. Now we're going to use some of the transparent yellow pieces. We got plenty of them in the set. I've been pulling these things out of sets too that I've been parting out. Some of you have asked, why don't I ever, you know, if I do in a video, why don't I just use these as a backdrop? Because if I were doing a backdrop, it'd be my mocks. It would never be of Lego sets. Because of, you know, the ambassadors, you know, we get this stuff and that's just kind of like bragging. And that sounds more like bragging rights, and you know, we don't need to be doing that. Okay. We got to snot that baby up, huh? That's kind of an intricate pattern. But right back to here. I went out of order a little bit, but that's fine. So yeah, I have to clean off a card. I guess that is supposed to stick out there. Same thing on this side here. We don't have a lot left. It's just, it's little stuff, but it's not like it's like, oh, I've got a long ways to go type deal. As long as the socket is on that side, I think we're fine. And then this goes right here. And we got small ones. Oh, Lego, we couldn't use a pair of 1x2s, but maybe they're just doing that to offset it so we can have all these locked together. All right. Boy, this camera sometimes just wants just kind of, now it's too low. Come on, cooperate. Fine, I'll just bring this neck down then. There we go. That'll fix it. And then this one here, well, that doesn't go that way. That's where that goes. Okay, now we got to put together the flame of the thing, and we need to get this one here. We're going to have to start on this now. Yeah, this shouldn't take no more than probably an hour. You know, I've only got 10 minutes left. Oh no, I got to hurry up now. There's not a whole lot of parts, just this. Come on, focus in. And then it doesn't tell me I have to make a multiple of them, so I'm hoping. Of course, we only got one of these. I mean, how often do we work with... well, I got a lot of those. I need a backwards one. And then after that, this goes right here. That part sticking out. Alright, well, we got that figured out. Oh, we got to put a ball joint in there? Oh, I see, right there in that hole. Like that. Hope I got it right. Pulling those out are a turd. You don't want to mess with those. They're a turd to get out. Here, somebody's up there. Oh, I got to make 3 of these. Let's do it real fast. Somebody's up out of bed already. There. Boy, I cannot wait to get done with... I'm running a project right now and finishing up work from home. And the beauty about working from home is, you know, I can do that. And I always get that, well, shouldn't you be at the office working? I'm like, no, I could do more at home and get it done faster. And that's not the one we want there. We want it there, though. And you know how older people are. You know, I love working from home. It's just sometimes I'll get distracted. Either family or cartoons or something. And yeah, the rest of these just go on here. Like that. Isn't that cool? That looks really cool. Okay, and that's as far as we got there. Not bad, I got 8 minutes. I could slow down a little bit. And then we got to screw that thing in there, just wiggle it in. Oh, that barely fits in there. It looks better. It It's diagonal. I mean, yeah, that thing's like it's ready to do like a flame charge or something. And then after that, well, we got to put it on, but that's what we have remaining there for the tail end of the build, or bag 63. And then now we are going to attach this onto here. It goes like that. I hope it doesn't break when I put that on there. Oh, there we go, like that. And that concludes the tail assembly. But no, we're not done yet, because now we got to install it. Okay, now let's set it all up here. We're just about done with this behemoth. That means there's only 2 bags left that I'm going to do in the last installment. So it goes right there. I'm going to grab it like, let me zoom this out. I didn't know I was zoomed in here. Okay, I'm going to grab it like that. I'm not going to use the legs or anything. I'm just going to grab this like that. And hopefully I can get that in there without something breaking. I'm happy I got that in there. And there's the tail. And yeah, it's really sitting flat. Yeah, so this sits flat, which is cool. And that's it for old Charizard, you know. I mean, well, obviously it looks like he lost a battle because we're missing some stuff here. But we'll do that in the last installment. Make sure my pages are marked here. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this one. Okay, Summation of Thoughts. And we're still at a 6.5. Didn't experience anything falling off, but you got to be careful with the building guides. It feels like some of this stuff is just hanging on there, but I mean, we're using a lot of ball joints, which is cool. It's very sturdy for what it is. And I'm overall pleased with it still. Now, if we were just building this, this would have been a really good set. But you know how Lego is, they got to artificially inflate these things. But it's a nice build. I just think Lego went a little crazy and made this a whole entire big build-along thing. I wish more and more Lego would have made this into a smaller build. I really do. But yeah, it's pretty involved. It's not hard. If you were to do 1 bag a day, take your time. If you're 10 years old, you could probably put this together. If you take your time, just take a break. If you're ready for the next bag, don't try to rush it. But overall, though, you are getting a really good workout. You're getting a good build experience. But for the price, we don't know yet. I haven't really finished it yet. But tell me what you think so far of Charizard. I mean, we've still got something here missing, but we'll get to that in the last installment.